My name is Ronald Dwyer. I'm with the Oakland County Republican Party Executive Committee.
Palestinians were there in 1917.
Trump 24! Kamala Hard! Trump 24!
My family is Ukrainian and Polish, and if Trump gets elected, he's going to kill Ukrainians and help his friend Putin, our number one enemy.
Boys in the boys' locker room and girls in the girls' locker room.
I truly feel Trump is the one that's going to go in there and straighten things up.
My uterus, my choice! My uterus, my choice!
Trump 2024, that's all I gotta say.
Amen, me too.
Trump 2024.
You guys are here with Big Rob, as you could see, dressed for the occasion. I'm at the Trump rally, so I'm just kind of confused here, and I want to see what you guys think about it. There's a war going on, as you know, in the Middle East, and Beirut's being destroyed. Palestine is innocent people are being killed. They're bombing buildings in schools and hospitals. All this that should not be happening anywhere in the world. There's a lot of innocent people getting hurt, and it's affecting a lot of people, not just there, all over the world. So, you know, what I don't agree with is if you say you want a ceasefire, President Biden said he wants a ceasefire, but he's sending them troops, our U.S. troops, to Lebanon, and also he has sent billions of dollars to Israel, and he says he's their strongest supporter. So there it is. I mean, you know, we have a lot of, you see veterans and people on the street, sleeping on the street here in America, where we could invest money to help them out and help others in this country, our country. But he's supporting Israel for the wrong cause. You know, bombs, missiles, and all that. The world doesn't need that. Thank you.
We've been told that Middle Easterners, we need to be afraid of them. They're terrorists. Look, here's a nice Lebanese guy. I married my wife. She's Iraqi.
God bless you.
They are fantastic people. They are godly people. They believe in the same God. Look at Lebanese are Christian and Muslim. Iraqis are Christian, Muslim. You know, my wife, she told me that in Iraq, Muslims and Christians, we didn't even know what religion it were because people blend it in. The Catholics, the Christians celebrated Muslim holidays, and the Muslims came and celebrated the Christian holidays. Because most people don't realize it, that Muslims believe that Jesus is the Messiah. They don't believe he's the Son of God. They call him God's soul, because they say, well, what's closer to God? A body or a soul? So that's why they call him God's
He's from
soul.
the Spirit of God blown into the Virgin Mary, so that's why he is the Son of God. Yeah. That's why they call him the Son of God. But for some reasons, Muslims don't like that.
They call him God's. They call him God's soul. But they believe in the virgin birth. They have 2 chapters in their book, the Quran, about Mary. Yes. So
yes.
And we were never told all this stuff. We were told that they worship the moon. They're anti-Christ and everything. They're not. They're pro Jesus being the Messiah. By the way, they call Jesus an Arabic.
In the Quran, I've read the English version several times. They talk about the Virgin Mary. They talk about Jesus.
We need to be more open with them. I mean, maybe we don't believe everything exactly. I mean, I don't know what Christian faith you guys are. You're Catholic? Well, yeah, I'm Catholic too. By the way, I've discovered that Catholics and Muslims, you get to talk to them, almost identical. My wife says that she's taken people to the Catholic Church in her area and stuff, just to see. I mean, the people are so close to one another. Do more research, be more open-minded, and welcome people from Dearborn, like this fine gentleman recording.
Thank you, sir.
My wife, who's Iraqi. They're very conservative, family-oriented, and if we bring them over, which I think we did this time around, Trump will win Michigan.
Just some of the reasons I'm not voting for him.
Could I ask you something now? You know you see what's going on in the Middle East, right?
I do.
Do you want to tell me what you think about it? And
I do.
Who would be a better president to put a stop to this BS?
I think right now that because we have to be very careful with how we step with the Middle East, because we put Israel where we put them in 1945. You have to remember, if you go back to 1917, this is Palestinian-controlled land to begin with. So we made some changes, put an ally in the Middle East, and now it's falling apart because of the genocide that's occurring in the Middle East.
What's occurring in the Middle East?
Genocide is occurring.
Wow.
Yeah, so
yes,
yeah,
I see that.
You do see that, right? Because they're killing all of everybody in the Gaza and then the West Bank. I think that Miss Harris is probably the most calmer head to prevail in this moment. We still have hostages we need to deal with. We have to support Israel. It's the UN's rule. They're our ally. We have to. We have to follow the laws. He will not follow the laws. He'll get us in bed with dangerous countries, and he'll take us to a world war.
But you know, they want to they say they want a ceasefire, Biden, right now in the Middle East.
We can't force
but the
another country
problem
to do.
is, didn't he send U.S. troops there? And also, they're sending U.S. troops there, and isn't he sending them billions of dollars, which
Okay,
they're probably
listen,
using, right?
again, you're
When we could use it here.
Right. I do not disagree with that, but you have to remember the nation's security relies on us doing what's right in the Middle East. I'm not saying that I would have ever given the land to the Jews. I wouldn't have. I would have sent them to Greenland.
So who was there first? The Jews?
The Palestinians were there in 1917.
Yep.
So
So what happened in, was it
45? 46.
45, yep. And then
Basically, they had to put them somewhere.
they're refugees?
Yeah, we needed
Okay.
an ally in the Middle East.
Okay.
And we had all these refugees.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of put them on some land that looked like it had more room. It's probably a really bad idea.
You know how many Israelis is compared to Palestinians there, and the percentage they gave the Palestinians?
No. We can't talk past, sir. We can't talk past. We have to talk present time.
Okay.
Because most of those beautiful people, the Palestinians, are dead. There's nobody left.
No one likes to see war, and there's no winners in war, right? Yeah. So who do you think could put a stop and make peace between Israel, Palestine, Lebanon for good? Is this going to ever happen, and could anyone do it if it does?
It will eventually happen, but it's going to take more than one leader. That's why you need somebody like Donald Trump who is open to talking to other world leaders.
What do you think of President Biden saying that he wants a ceasefire and peace in the Middle East, and he's sending U.S. troops there and sending billions of dollars to support Israel? What do you think about that?
Biden is just talking in lip service. Same
Right.
with Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris goes into the Arabic neighborhood and says, hey, I'm against genocide, I'm going to make peace. At the same time, she goes on into her Jewish donors saying, I'm going to give Israel whatever it takes, whatever they need. And it's hard-earned tax dollars by the American taxpayer. The American public wants peace. They don't want this nonsense, this
God
murder.
bless you, yes.
Well, what many people are seeing now is genocide. Look there's been so many violations of Geneva Convention, war crimes being committed. Look we say certain sides are our enemy. I'll be honest with you. I looked at what just happened right now. Look, Iran is one of our enemies. But what did they do when they retaliated? They hit military bases. Israel right now is hitting hospitals, churches. Churches! They're killing Christians.
Churches.
Exactly.
A holy place.
That should wake people up that this is not right. Something is not right.
Isn't this
with
breaking
this
war
leadership
laws?
in Israel right now. Look,
Yeah.
we question our leadership.
Yes,
we
sir.
need to question leaderships of other countries as well. Nobody gets a blank check. Nobody. When you start seeing something wrong, you gotta speak up. You gotta speak up. And look what's happening in Dearborn. Look at it. Many Muslim people are now voting for Trump. The mayor of Hamtramck.
I'm Lebanese, by the way, sir.
Oh,
Born here.
My wife is Iraqi.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So good. So I feel for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I care
I
about
got many
everyone.
Lebanese friends.
Yes, I care for everyone. I don't want to
deal
see
a lot.
anyone hurt in the world. I want to thank this fine gentleman for taking time to talk to me. And you're really, truly a good human, a good man. You really are. God bless
Thank you.
you.
Well, this is what I do, and this is what I've been doing in Dearborn and across Michigan, and building bridges against the racism and hate that's going on.
Yeah.
That the left has been feeding everybody.
We don't need no hate in this world. We need love.
Exactly.
Thank you, guys.